welcome to MS4, and today we are caffeinating and we are getting ready. I have a busy day today, lots of Zooms in which I need to be able to speak clearly and enunciate and be shiny and clever. It's a big task. I'm feeling it. So I am caffeinating. And today I wanted to use some of the new products that I've got that I have purchased. Some of them are from the Sephora sale, some of them are Colourpop, some of the things that I just got because I wanted to. So gonna start out doing that, and we'll just chat about, I have 2 future videos that I'm going to be shooting, so I'll just kind of outline what I'm thinking about, and if you have any thoughts of what you'd like to hear from this channel, let me know. All right, I'm gonna remove my spectacles, and we're gonna start with the Lawless powder. Been trying this out. It has a sponge in the bottom. We're gonna do a light dusting and then use the sponge a little bit on our T-zone to start out today. Now this is something that I did pick up in the Sephora sale. I've been kind of diving into Lawless Beauty, enjoying it for the most part. I don't necessarily know that I enjoy all the things that other people enjoy about Lawless, but we'll see. But I've been enjoying this. I'm going to use the sponge for my T-zone because this powder, if you get too much of it, if you have dry skin, can feel a little dry in the dry patches. But I'm gonna really see if having a more robust application in the T-zone will help the breakthrough oil stuff that I have, because right now I have combination skin. So I'm gonna pop underneath and grab the sponge, and I'm gonna do just a little bit there. Now I'm glad to say that I've made it through the Sephora sale. It's been one of those things that I really try hard to plan what I'm going to be picking up and have it be a good reason for the Sephora sale, and also looking at other places, but I've been really interested. Sephora has been trying to branch out on its shipping methods, and so it's made me, I want to do a beauty of business video on the shipping, issues of shipping, how they're branching out on shipping, and some new things dealing with shipping that I think are really exciting. So that's one of the videos that I want to do. I need to get a bronzer, so I'm going to turn back around here. I'm going to do contour first, the Essence contour. And so that's one of the videos that I want to do is on shipping. I know maybe that doesn't sound sexy, but I feel like it's really interesting, especially some of the new things that they're doing in shipping. And so I hopefully will make it at least moderately interesting. And if not, you can, go to sleep with my lovely soothing voice talking about shipping. So had that one. And then I also wanted to do a video. A lot of channels really, their bread and butter are dupes. Like, people are looking for dupes, and that's a thing. And I don't do that, and I want to shoot a video talking about why. I don't look for dupes. But also, I don't always buy luxury. Evidence, the Essence contouring palette. This is really great. Really like it. Have had, years of using it, and just super happy with it. And it's not something anybody probably talks about, but I like it, so therefore I use it. I'm gonna talk really quick about blushes here. So anyway, that's one of the videos that's upcoming, is going to be the why dupes are not my thing. Another, I'm sure, sexy video. So anyway, I picked up quite a few blushes as of late. 2 of the blushes that I picked up were from the Alice in Wonderland collection. This is the packaging, and really I picked it up for the packaging. Now this one came with a red blush, and I popped it out and replaced it with a highlighter with Minted, because I wanted in this packaging to have kind of a set that I could take, a blush and a highlighter. These are magnetic palettes, they're not glued in, but they're fairly tight, so you'll want to have some kind of a thin tool to pry them out a little bit, but they're magnetic, so you can actually replace the product in them. And I like that. I like the fact that Colourpop is going to some of these more sustainable models. The paper packaging that I really love, they're magnetic, but that's okay. I like the magnetic. I did not enjoy when the Balm was doing the packaging that had the little paper kind of, like tuck in. That was just really a pain in the butt to try and do, especially if you're trying to do your makeup early in the morning. But this is the other blush. This is the color that came with it. So I picked up the 2 blushes and the palette, and I'm going to use the palette today. But also during the Sephora sale, I picked up the Haus Labs blush. Does show all of the, and again, upside down. This is Dragonfruit. Has a big mirror. This is the color. I had waffled back and forth between Hibiscus Haze, and that may be something that I'll go back in and pick up, but I was, struggling with myself going, okay, we need to keep it within reason with the Sephora sale, because 20% is good, but it still shouldn't, cause you to go into debt for a lovely, lovely blush. So I'm just going to tap into it. These are very pigmented. Nice formula, nice blurring. It won't fix your disposal if it goes off, but it's pretty good product. Won't do your taxes. But the Dragonfruit Daze is nice. The Hibiscus Haze is more of a toasted, more berry toasted. I don't know. I'd have to look and see how they actually describe it, but that's kind of my takeaway. I did go into Sephora and swatch everything, and I did try on Pomelo Peach because I had thought that was going to be my shade. I was loving the way this looked, and I was very seduced by the dark side with it, but what I found was it didn't look good on my face. It just, like usually peaches and I get along great, but in this case it just looked kind of dirty on my skin, so I was really happy that I had actually cheek swatched it when I was in, and so I'm like, okay, the other 2 are better colors on my skin. Those are really what I should be reaching for. So I'm going to use the in the packaging of Alice. This is their individual highlighter called Minted. So I was super glad that I went into swatch, that I didn't just buy things and it's really hard. Color is really difficult because there are things that I'm attracted to that I don't look good in. And I'm finding that as of late, it's the really cool toned lipsticks are not my friend. I love the way they look on other people, but not on me. And it's funny, that's in my fashion world, I discovered that things that have lace on them, I'm highly attracted to, but I don't look great in lace products. Not since I was, trying to be Madonna in high school. So, I love the way it looks on other people. And if I'm putting together like lookbooks, that's absolutely, I love the look of those things, but it just doesn't fit me personally as something to wear. Now polka dots are okay. I've found some things with strong lines that the polka dots can do well for, and not feel infantile. Right now my fashion, my icon for fashion right now is Rebecca on Ted Lasso. I've loved everything that they've put her in, and this season I've loved her, well, all the seasons. Whoever's designing her coats, she has the most fantastic hats and coats, but I'm loving how strong her style is, but how the little feminine touches. So right now Rebecca is my what I'm looking to for fashion. Take that however you'd like. So we're gonna look at the Alice in Wonderland packaging. This is for the palette. The mushroom did look cute, but I'm not much on the lip products of those. I'm sure it smells lovely. But this is definitely mostly a pastel palette, except for these guys. This is a black with sparkle, and this is a shimmery red. So you've got your queen, the Queen of Hearts, and off with her heads. But because you can't see it, but I'm wearing a white, well maybe you can, a white shell and a blue jacket, I'm gonna kind of go with these guys, with these colors in it. So I'll put this in the crease to kind of warm things up. And then I have a pencil liner that I got. I think it was during the Ulta, the 21 days. So anyway, we're going in now with the Talking Flowers, and we're going to use that in the crease. Now this, at first blush, seems fairly light, some of the pastels in this. Some of them you have to build up a little bit, but when you build them up, they're there. It's not like you keep building and building and nothing's there. So I feel like with those pastels, you just need to take a little bit more time for building. And that's okay. That's all right, because they do eventually come through for you. Okay, so there's that. Getting my different brush, which is also a fluffy brush. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm trying to reach for handles that I recognize. Okay, so now I'm going to take that blue. It's kind of a periwinkle blue, and I'm going on the lid and over to the side. So we were trying to talk about last night, my partner and I, why we were feeling frustrated at Ted Lasso this season. Like that there was a lot of great moments and a lot of good humor, but that on the whole we were feeling kind of frustrating. And some of it's expectation, the fact that they've been such a good show that it's really, you expect them to be amazing. And you worry about characters. You've come to love some of the characters and you just really want the best for them, and when they're suffering, you are suffering. But some of it is just, I don't want it as spoilers, but some of the things that seem to be, okay, and we're gonna go with the shimmery in the corners here to darken it up. This is the AEIOU. Oh. Actually, I might just take my finger for this. We're gonna finger application. So anyway, we're trying to figure out how we feel about the season and what's going on with the characters. I don't want to spoil anything. Maybe when the season is over, we can talk more specifically. I don't want to be spoiler. The funniest, speaking of spoilers, I've been working a job at an ad agency, and I'd made a box for people to do guesses for a game to put their things in, and I was trying to make it humorous, and I put on it, Soylent Green is people. And one of the people came up like, spoiler, and I'm like, there's definitely a point where you can't cry spoiler, and if it's a movie that came out in the 1970s, you can't say that I can't do a spoiler on Soylent Green. You just can't. And just in the most humorous of things, there was a product that came out called Soylent Green, and it's like, did you realize when you were naming your product that Soylent Green is people? It's like the futuristic movie in which they're using people who have died to make food product. I don't necessarily recommend watching Soylent Green. It's like a lot of the 70s film, which take a long time for a payoff. But it does have some interesting imagery. I think the imagery they use when people are dying, they have these centers for people to go into who are dying, and kind of their end of life moments. And I think that imagery is interesting. But anyway, I just thought it was funny that this person was giving me a hard time about spoilers. So, okay, so we're gonna go in. I'm gonna just do a little bit of finger application in the corner with that, and then we're gonna line. And this is I'm Late. I'm late. I am not late. Now this shade is a very flaky and sparkly and beautiful. And it's the White Rabbit. So keep that in mind when you're using this, that it does have a different, and I think if you were to not look at the interesting things in this palette, there's duochrominess, and there's also that flakiness that really high-end palettes have. If you're looking at just the fact that a couple of the mattes don't perform as vigorously at first blush, you might be, it might make you feel like you could just dismiss the palette. I feel like they're doing interesting things with formula at Colourpop. This doesn't mean that all of the palettes have interesting things going on for them, but some of them do, and I think this one is moving in that direction to something interesting. So I'm gonna finish off with the KVD, the Azurite blue in the liners, and so theoretically this blue is supposed to make my whites look whiter and my eyes look bigger, brighter, and more awake. So here's hoping. I'm still a little puffy. Still a little puffy. So and this is one I believe that I got 2 different liners from KVD at the Ulta, the 21 days sale. And I really like KVD. I'm kind of still trying to figure out, because some of these seem to get dry a little faster, but others, and they have interesting colors, so we're just seeing. We're just trying to figure it out. Okay, do I look more awake? Probably need more coffee. Okay, so we're gonna do mascara and then going in for a lip. Ah, the lovely sound of mascara. Yeah, I think for most people, the Alice in Wonderland collection, the magic mushroom that the caterpillar sits on was like the thing that they really wanted to get their hands on. It's a lip mask. I think once you take off the packaging, when it's just the mushroom sitting there, I don't think it's as cute. So I feel like you'd have to keep the packaging to really enjoy it in its full glory. All right, let's put the glasses back on and finish off lips and get ready for our day. Our day is gonna start whether we like it or not. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the Pat McGrath. This is the Veiled Rose, I do believe. Yep. And this is the Satin Allure. The other day when I was doing my lipstick, I just couldn't get it right. I was like, nude allure, allure, satin, satiny, romance. And I was like, okay, I got it all wrong. But I did fix it on the bottom. But I love this formula. This is just something that I keep on my desk, in my desk. Because it gives me a good shine, good color payoff as far as like a light color, but it doesn't really call attention to itself. So it looks like I have something on, but not like I have something on. And when I'm doing the zoom, that's important not to scare people. So, all right, let me get a little closer. You can take a look, and then we'll be done and ready for our day. So don't panic. I think I could use more blush, but not bad. All right, there we have it. Hope everyone is doing well, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.